Yeah, I was cut off about a year ago from my normal finances.
Finances?
My parents supported me for a while. Actually,
Well, you are 23. So.
Yes, they were promising to pay for my college and everything, but then I got married. And when I got married, even though yes, it was set up in the deal already as a kid, my mom told me that as long as I didn't get married before the age of 25 and I had a degree, I wouldn't get financially cut off. I found out later that he was probably paying for OF models, if I'm being honest.
What do you mean? Like he was paying for OF?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not 100% certain. I don't have proof of it.
I feel like proof is always needed before
yes,
you
it is. Yeah. Trust me, this story gets way worse.
Devin, welcome back to Financial Audit. You were 23, based out of Houston, Texas at the time, and we uploaded on March 20th of this year. So it hasn't been a full year yet, but your video actually did really well. A lot of people were interested in watching it.
I got so many messages about it, actually. Everyone was like, wait, do you have a doppelganger? And I was like, nope, that's me.
And that's why we use fake names now. Yeah, so it's definitely, well. You were doing $15 an hour, working 33 to 40 hours a week. And remind me what your job was again. Oh, was assistant manager at a retail store.
Yes, I was a manager at a retail store. I was.
What are we doing now?
I am now actually a customer service rep for a medical supply distributor company. So basically any of like your medical supplies that you go to, a vendor orders them, and then they come to us, and then we inspect the product to make sure that it's up to standards essentially, and then from there we ship it out to you guys.
And what are we making in this position?
I'm now owned by a corporation, so I can't legally say, but I can say roughly right around, I want to say, when I did my math, it was roughly around 60 grand a year.
Woo, big jump, yeah?
Yeah, so a really big jump, and it was hard to get used to.
Congratulations. Yeah, hard to get used to. Why?
All these dominoes started falling into place, and so I was barely scrapping by with money, and now it's like the money was burning a hole in my pocket essentially, and I was like, I can't. Okay. I have to put this into savings, and so actually my savings account actually has been looking a lot better. A lot of my money now goes towards work and school and stuff. So
what school?
I'm still at Louisiana State University online.
Well, okay, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it sounds like we've potentially started a great career position. What are we trying to do there?
Essentially, I am getting my Bachelor of Science still in forensic psychology. Then after that, I will then probably turn around and go into paralegal. Go get my paralegal certification.
So that's what you want to do?
Yes. This was basically just to get my foot in the door in the corporate world, because actually I do want to become a corporate paralegal.
Well, I'm glad the money's going to savings, because last time, if you would have asked me, it would have gone to Monopoly Go, because you had a Monopoly Go addiction. It was this Monopoly Go, Monopoly Go, Monopoly Go, Monopoly Go. Where are we on our Monopoly Go just endless clicking now?
Monopoly Go is no longer a thing.
Woo!
I kept it deleted from the app. I kept it deleted off of my phone and everything. And after a while, actually, it was very beneficial. So on my statements and everything, you see like Apple payment. My parents and I were on an agreement of I'll pay for HBO Max and Peacock and $250 worth of groceries a month, and that will be my rent essentially.
Oh, okay, interesting. Yep. So we had you living with your parents last time still. Now, the last time you were also going through a divorce at that moment, and one of the big things is you thought he was paying for OF behind the scenes, and you weren't happy about it, but you also didn't have 100% proof of it, but he was taking care of everything. You said, he was taking care of me. Trust me, this story gets way worse. Oh, trust me that my tea is piping hot. So...
I forgot I said that. Oh my God. Yeah, no. So actually, we got verification 100% that he was paying for OF behind my back, to the point. Remember my car note, how it was like $646? He was paying that amount on OF models.
A month?
Mm-hmm. I have the screenshot.
What was he getting?
So basically, he was paying for OF models and Snapchat Premium models.
Snapchat Premium models? I've never even heard of that.
Like, it's the girls who are like, selling the and everything. Like, he would. Can I curse on this? I know this is really weird. Can I curse on this? He paid to get his rated.
I thought you were gonna say to get his sucked, but it's even lamer.
His new girlfriend actually called me and was like, "Hey," I essentially got a "Hey girly" phone call of like, "Hey, this is what happened your entirety marriage and the entire time that you were actually together." And I was like, "Oh, cool, thanks." And then I called my therapist. I was like, can we have an emergency meeting, please?
So it sounds like he might have some kind of addiction, to be honest.
I was like, why did you do this? And he was like, once I started, I just couldn't stop. And I was like, okay, you have an addictive problem then. But again, I just found out basically the entirety of my marriage was fake. And so I basically just told him, like, I don't ever want to speak to you again. Please sign those papers because I want to be divorced from you as soon as possible. And I'm approximately roughly 33 days out from it.
Wow. Okay. So that was my question, because at the time of filming last time, you were in the process. So it's almost done.
He's paying for it to be expedited. So hopefully I am divorced within 30 days of that. So hopefully right around Christmas and right around my birthday. And that could be like the best birthday present ever, is me getting a divorce.
Wow. Okay. And then we had a quote from you. I get paid alimony from my ex-husband. He had sent me money and made me pissed off. And I said, it's my money. I'm going to spend it.
He still does pay me alimony. He just sends the checks in the mail now because I closed out my account with him. I end up having to actually sue him because he wasn't following our separation agreement. Yeah.
What was your separation agreement?
So basically it said that he was paying me $150 out of each paycheck. Our 2023 taxes, he was going to pay me. We pay each other half of our taxes. So I gave him my half, which he screwed me over in that. That's a whole other story for another day. And then he basically spent his entire $3,000 of his taxes on other things. So whenever it came down to it, and I had to get a lawyer, because it's actually what I was in the process of finding a lawyer right whenever I got on the show. And then I got my lawyer, and my lawyer ended up having to serve him papers saying, hey, you had not paid your alimony. You did not follow your separation agreement. This is a legal contract stating that this is what you guys have to do. Another term of our contract essentially was that I can't move in with another male that's not related to me by blood. Just because. Why?
Because he didn't want you to.
No, I think it's just a normal rule, just because in the sense of, I don't really know North Carolina law, so I can't tell you, but essentially from my understanding, it's because it's the sense of like a male take care of you.
Yeah.
And so the alimony is there to help take care of you. So
it makes sense. I get it.
It does. When you look at it in a bigger picture, it does. But I mean, I've basically just been chilling. I'm so busy now with work, school, that I have no time really to do anything now. Because literally, it's literally just me.
Let's look at where the money goes. I mean, last time you had still $1,000 left over after your needs because your rent was kind of taken care of, even if you have to contribute a little bit. But last time we had credit cards. We had Ulta at $469, Discover it at $1,000, a car at $30,000 at 11.97% interest rate, and then debt to your parents of $1,000. Checking account we had $6, and savings account we had $305. So it was pretty horrific.
I'll be honest, my checking account was $2 when I sent you over the statement, because I had miscalculated a bill that was coming out. And so I did not put enough money over there. So I was like, oh, crap.
Okay. Now, I don't have an Ulta card at the top of this document. Does that mean the Ulta card is paid off?
Yes, the Ulta card is paid off and completely closed.
That's beautiful. When did you pay that off?
I paid that off right whenever I got the money from my ex-husband. So he sent me $3,000, and I put all that towards my debts.
Awesome. Now, Discover It was at $1,000 last time. I still have a Discover It here. This is the weird thing, and this is what will disappoint me a bit. It started at $158. You paid off half of it, but then you added $428. Now, it wouldn't necessarily matter if you were paying off the full thing. It wouldn't necessarily matter. It showed that you're a credit card person, but you were still having interest accruing of $8.21. Your needs are quite minimal. Why do we possibly have a balance on here of a card that is accruing interest?
I forgot my debit card at home, and I didn't have it on my
Well, that doesn't matter. Even still, you didn't pay off your full balance, which was only $158 last time.
I paid off my Discover card back in July, and then I didn't touch it for a month, and then I had to reuse it because I didn't have my debit card at home. Still,
why didn't you pay it off before the interest accrued? That doesn't make sense. If you forget your debit card for a day, that's fine, but you pay it off.
Yeah, that's where I kind of.
It's just accrued, and it was just Victoria's Secret. You're getting all, dolled for the next ex-husband.
No. Not the next ex-husband. No, I ended up actually having to get bras for work because my got bigger, so I had to.
Oh, mine too. I get it. But why didn't you pay it off before the interest accrued? This is serious. Why?
Honestly, I don't know why.
No, that's not an answer. Why was it not done?
Honestly, I was waiting for one of my paychecks to come in.
That doesn't make sense. Why would you said because you forgot your debit card, but now that's not adding up. That's not adding up because whether or not you forgot your debit card, you're suggesting you didn't have enough money on your debit card anyway, meaning you overspent money you didn't have, which is like losing all the momentum that we've made in the education and the learning that we've made.
Why didn't I? That's my question.
What's the balance on the card right now?
On the card is $50.
Okay, so you paid substantially towards it. Why is $50 even on there though?
Just because that's how much I budgeted to leave on there.
Are you gonna pay it off before interest hits?
Yeah, I just got paid today, and I'm about to pay the $50.
It shouldn't be based on just the paycheck, though. It shouldn't be waiting for the paycheck. It should be budgeted. It should be understood. Did you go through the budgeting program?
I did for a little bit, and then with this new paycheck, and that's also why I need to come back on the show.
Huh?
I did.
What do you mean for a little bit? It's like a 3-hour class.
Oh, I thought you meant like the actual thing.
No, yeah, the budgeting class. Did you go through the budgeting class? The
No,
free
I did not.
budgeting class.
No.
Why? I don't get it. Why do the guests not do it? You get the free resources. It's incredible. It's incredible. People in the audience have literally changed their entire finances. We've collected data by signing up for the budgeting class, now signing up for the debt class. They take it, they learn, they change their life. You were a guest on the show, you get it for free. Why would you not go through it? If you're like me from quite a few years ago, you're not really a credit card person. Credit cards are super tempting, making it way too easy to overspend and rack up that death level credit card debt. And you've seen it on the show. Scary. I know. But Caleb, how do I build credit if I don't want to mess with credit cards? Good question. So let me introduce you to the sponsor of today's video, my friends over at Kickoff. Kickoff is the #1 credit building app in the App Store that helps you build credit fast without any of the overspending risks of credit cards. Starting at just $5 a month, you'll make on-time payments and Kickoff reports them to all 3 credit bureaus. And if you set up autopay, you're basically building credit on autopilot. And renters, here's the one for you. Kickoff can report your rent payments to help you build credit with the rent you already pay when you sign up for the premium plan. You'll also get free credit monitoring and quick disputes to stay on top of everything. No credit check, no hidden fees, no interest. Cancel anytime. Users everywhere love Kickoff. So go ahead and take a look at their over 100,000 positive reviews on the App Store, with 98% of them being 5 stars. And the best part, if you're listening to the show right now, you can try your first month of Kickoff Basic for free. Head to getkickoff.com/FAFU to claim your free month and start building credit today. Your future self deserves that decision, and it's literally never been easier. Thanks to Kickoff for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get back into the episode.
It was because literally when I came on the show and everything, my grandfather had just passed, and I was in the moment thinking about that. And granted, it's not an excuse.
That is fair enough. It's been a long time since then, though, and you still had access to it.
I forgot about it. I'll be honest.
Well, we seem to be forgetting about everything.
Yes, I forget about a lot of things.
Well, that's not necessarily going to be a good excuse. Okay, well, I don't have a statement for the car. What's the situation with the car?
The car is, I put right around like $5,000 towards it.
Okay, so there's still a balance.
There's still a balance of like 25.
Damn.
Yeah. Okay. And then, but I am.
What's the monthly payment on that again?
It's still $646.
What hits your account on a monthly basis?
Probably around $3,000 a month.
20. It's still 22. It's 22% of your income.
Yeah.
What's the car valued at?
The car value, I haven't looked at the value of it yet, just because I was in an accident in August.
Okay. What was you said you have a plan?
January, I get to file as single, and I get to reclaim all my school credit and everything. So from there, that will also be used as a down payment towards refinancing the car.
I'd almost want to consider getting rid of it. I don't know. It's just a lot. Regardless of the interest rate, it's not like the interest rate is going to be that much better.
Yeah.
Okay, debt to parents, $1,000. Is that still there?
No, it's paid off.
Good. Okay. So 2 out of the 4 debts are gone, and practically 3, but it just, you were accruing interest on here. Okay, let's see the money that could go to the car. Let's see how your spending is. Whataburger, lots of FedEx, Whiskey River, West, all over the place. You're doing that multiple times. NYX.
That's the vending machine at work.
Why are we doing that instead of putting money towards the car and packing up from lunch? DoorDash, the cheese, Amazon. Okay, the spending's horrendous here. DoorDash, Chick-fil-A, Chili's, Sweet Escape nails, and the vending machine, and Bombshells, Dutch Bros, Apple. Apple Bill, that better not be another little gambling thing.
On my statements and everything, you see like Apple payment. My parents and I were on an agreement of I'll pay for HBO Max and Peacock and $250 worth of groceries a month, and that will be my rent essentially.
This spending's stupid when you still have a almost 12% car debt. Come on. Yeah. That is 22% of your income. Let's pay it off quicker. I don't get it. You could be doing double towards it and you could be paying it off. Instead of worrying about refinancing or whatever extra plans, you could just pay it off and be done.
I agree.
You agree, but you're not doing it.
I honestly don't have any excuse for it. I don't have any.
It's not an excuse. I want to know why, though.
Because sometimes I actually work through my lunches and like, hold on. I work through my lunches and I don't pack my lunch because I forget to.
Well, you can't forget.
I have been better, though. I have been a lot better.
Not according to his statements. It's every fucking second of your life. Vending machine and then Kindle and some meeting thing and door dashing Tamashira.
The meeting thing was for school. The DoorDash stuff.
But even still, you're DoorDashing endlessly and Venmoing out. TikTok shop. Great. Come on, DoorDashing Papa John's. What are we doing? That was so much spending. You're vending machining every other day, minimum. And you're going out to eat every other day to every 3 days if I'm being generous. When we have a 12% car debt, you've made progress. You're making so much more money. You don't have rent. I understand you do the little grocery thing and the peacock in order to make up for it. But even still, you could be paying off this car so much quicker and you're not. And I don't understand why. What's in your savings? You talked about putting money in savings. I don't have it.
I have over $700 in savings right now.
No
That's
offense.
better than the zero. That's better than the zero.
No offense. First of all, you had $305 last time, but with the pay jump that you got, with almost having no overhead in your life, this should be better.
Yeah,
this should be better. I'll be honest. We can be happy that $2,500 of debt has been paid off. Absolutely. But when did we film? Do you remember?
We filmed late February, early March.
Okay.
Oh no, we filmed in March because my grandfather died March 24th.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are we talking? 5 months, 6 months?
Yeah,
6 months? You should have. I would have wanted to see double or 3 times the progress in your situation. And the fact that you didn't is because you're door dashing every second of your life and going to the vending machine every second of your life because you are prioritizing that over getting out of debt, which doesn't make sense because you want to move on with your life after this divorce, especially. The divorce, you can start a whole new fresh thing with a fully funded emergency fund and no bad debt, but you're not. You want to probably get back out there at some point and live on your own, but you are delaying that because you're just choosing not to. I'm a little bummed. I'll be honest, I'm a little bummed. And one reason why I'm being a little hard in this moment is because I was handed the paperwork and they said this is about to be, Jake told me, he's like, there's not much here. I think this is about to be a positive follow-up. And I was like, yeah, here we go. And you know what? You paid off $2,500 of debt. We can celebrate that. But you should have done a lot more. And the reason why I'm a little disappointed is because I'm putting myself in your shoes. Let's just pretend I'm going through a divorce. I'm living at home. I want to start a brand new life in my mid-20s, starting maybe middle next year. Can totally do that. You're delaying yourself from being able to do that. And it is sad to see. It is sad to see because why do that to yourself? I don't understand. Because DoorDash is more important. It shouldn't be.
I'm listening to you. And so you are right.
Well, yeah.
I know it's not in the response, but at the end of the day, where I have grown a lot because also I know the reason why my savings is still only in 700. It's because I had a really bad manic episode August and September.
Oh, what happened?
I don't know, honestly.
How did that affect your savings?
Because I spent money, a lot of money. Like I had over $2,000 in my savings and my manic episode hit and it was bad.
Did you know you were in it?
I did not realize I was in it until probably halfway through August.
How often are you seeing your therapist?
I see my therapist once every 2 weeks, and then I see my psychiatrist once every 3 months.
Okay, maybe we need to see our therapist once a week.
After my manic episode happened, we bumped it up to probably once a week, and then
okay, good.
Now that we got my medication, because also I got back on my medication that I was supposed to be on, and that's whenever I started seeing again that positive progress. I think we were transitioning from one medication to the other, and the other one wasn't affecting me the way that it was supposed to. And because my insurance wasn't covering it. So I had to then try to go back to that it was this whole situation.
Listen, life happens. The brain is the brain that sucks. And I do get it in that moment. So we just have to be doing everything in our power, as you are, it sounds like, to prevent something like that from happening again, or not necessarily preventing, but at least managing it better. And it sounds like you are by seeing your therapist more, because we cannot have 2 weeks of something that is real destroying your entire life.
Oh, yeah.
What we need to do is be preventative on it and manage it by knowing what we need to do by either proper medication or more frequent therapy. And it sounds like you are, which is good. I am happy to hear that.
Thank you. I mean, also another thing too is that I've also started trying to eat a lot more cleaner. I know it doesn't look like a DoorDash and everything. I actually started seeing a nutritionist, actually, which actually helped me lose over 75 pounds.
Since the filming?
Yeah, since the filming, I've lost 75 pounds.
Oh, me. But you got bigger?
Yes.
You're breaking all the rules.
My waist got smaller, my got bigger. Don't know what happened there. So while, yes, there are DoorDash charges and everything, also somewhat like a little treat for me. I don't.
Well, that treat's like every other day. So come on. If it's a little sweet treat, that could be like a couple times a month, which I would be happy to bake into your budget. You have large margins. We could make substantial progress and have that. Now this is an assignment. Go through the debt class, go through the budgeting class, and eventually in about a year, go through the investing class.
Okay.
Go through those now so that you can actually stick to this and pay this off. You should be able to, listen, $25,000 is not an insignificant debt, but that plus the emergency fund, I think you should be able to do in a year's time, because your margins are insane, because your overhead is so minimal. Okay. So that's what I want to see.
Hearing you say that now versus when I first came on is substantial. The fact that you're like, yeah, you could probably do it in a year.
I will knock you for not making enough progress on debt, and you can knock me for not making enough progress on weight. We will hold each other accountable through now and the next follow-up, okay?
Okay, deal.
I want to see more debt paid off from you, and you need to see bigger off my chest. Okay?
Do you want some of my old bras? Sorry.
I might need them. We can celebrate the $2,500 paid off, absolutely. And I'm glad that you figured out some things on the mental side that'll help you prevent or at least manage a situation that happened in the summer from happening again. And I'm glad to hear that. So let's celebrate those.
Yes.
But let's do better between now and the next follow-up, okay?
Okay, I promise.
All right. Let's get you an updated Hammer financial score. Last time we had you at a score of 1 out of 10. Spending in a budget, you definitely spent within a budget. It was still just overspending in where you could put your money. I'm going to give you a 3 out of 10 there. That car is hard on you, but without the debt to the parents and paying off some of the other debt, I don't like that interest on the Discover card. I am happy with where it is at the exact time of filming now. So it's not reflected in your most recent statement, so it's a little better. I'm gonna move that up from a 3.
My credit score is also 100 points higher than from when I was on the show last.
Yeah, that utilization of credit, it's big. I'm gonna move that up from a 3 to a 4. Emergency fund, you've done a little better. I'm gonna move that. No, that's gonna. You still haven't gotten to 1,000, so it's gonna be a 1 out of 10. Retirement. Is there anything with retirement?
Actually, I did sign up for a 401k just recently.
Okay. Do you know what's in there? So just recently?
Yeah, just recently. I literally got a letter in the mail on like Tuesday, and I was like,
I'm gonna do a 1 out of 10 for getting it started, but we're gonna need to start playing some catch up there.
Yep.
So let's see here.
And I think I put it to 2% of my paychecks are going towards it starting the next pay cycle.
Last time we were 1 out of 10. We've moved up a point. 2 out of 10. Next time I want to see that about a 4 out of 10 by getting rid of this car, okay? And boosting up that retirement and emergency fund. You can do it.
Thank you.
Okay?
Okay.
All right. Make sure to check out all those resources linked in the description below.